What's up guys, B-Sauce here, and today we're going to be installing Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions brand new phone mount for the Toyota 4Runner. Let's go.
The kit includes a platform, a mounting arm, a base plate, an action camera mount, a spring-loaded phone holder, a tool for tightening the mount, hardware, drill bits, a screwdriver, a wrench, and a dash removal tool. They even throw in a really cool 50 caliber bullet bottle opener.
So Toyota did a great job designing the 5th generation 4Runner, but they dropped the ball when it came to a place to put your phone. So even an older model iPhone is too big to fit in this cup holder. And if you put it in this cup holder, it tends just to fall over. And even if you get one of those aftermarket Miso Designs ones that makes this hole bigger and you're putting your phone down there, well, now you're taking up a cup holder and it's still not the greatest placement. Ideally, you want your phone to be right about here so you don't have to take your eyes off the road. And one of the problems is majority of the phone mounts on the market you'll see for these trucks are magnetic with double-sided tape. And there's not one flat surface anywhere in this truck to really mount the double-sided tape. Maybe down here, but your knee will hit it. You could put it here, but then the blinker is gonna run into it. Up here, you're not gonna get the right angle. And even if you do find a good spot to put this, the thing that sucks about these type of mounts is they're great during winter or when the weather's cool. But as soon as it gets really hot, the double-sided tape gets weak. And if you're off-roading and your phone's bouncing around, especially the newer iPhones that are a little heavier, it's gonna fall off. And then you have these other mounts that clip onto the air conditioning vents here. Those are a little bit better. They're not gonna fall off when it gets hot. But the bummer is that you can't open and close your vent or direct the wind. So you're gonna get hot because you can't blow air in your face. Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions came up with the best design for the 5th gen 4Runner. Check it out. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is take the Rubigrid mounting plate. We're gonna place it on top and make some markings here. So we're gonna use a marker on the side, and you need to make a mark through this hole here. Can't fit a marker through this, so I'm using a little screwdriver to scribe a mark here. All right, the next step, and this one is gonna feel really weird if you've never done this before. You're gonna take these and basically just yank and pull them, and they come right off. There's clips. So try to get a good thumb on the back here, and grab it like so. They just come right off. All right, now that those pieces are off, this whole center console with these 3 knobs is just gonna pull out too. There's one plug on the back. There we go. All right, so now there's 4 10mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take those off and this whole head unit just pretty much pulls right out.
I am running out of juice. Charge me.
Yeah, that's my low battery on my phone, by the way. Now, I got strong hands. If you don't have strong hands, you can't get a good grip, you might want to use one of those little tools they give you, but I never needed those. All right. So here is our dash, and there's a lot of plugs in the back there. Now, I was watching AZ Overland's video, and he's right. Most of these plugs here, you can take a picture, but I don't see how you could plug these into the wrong spot. Each plug goes into its own deal. I'm gonna take a picture just in case, you never know. Better safe than sorry, but I think this is gonna be pretty easy to get these back in. And voila, finally got this big guy out of here. All right, let's go drill this thing. All right, I'm gonna try to get this the best I can on camera, and AZ Overland explained this pretty good too. But where you throw that bolt in, there's that plastic tab right next to it, and it's just sticking out enough to where you can't get the washer and bolt on first. I saw him take these off, but to be honest, I looked at those little clips down there. I'm afraid I'm going to break something. These clips are pretty sensitive and they break pretty easy sometimes. So rather than taking those vents off, I'm just going to try to Dremel out that little tab. That way I can actually fit the washer and nut over it. You know, there's something different about this side. So it's going to be, the driver's side is kind of tough to get in there. I just had to pull out this fitting on the Dremel so it's a little bit longer so it can fit in there now. Yep, that should do it. Should give me enough room to get it on there now. Now before you put this back on and start bolting it down, you want to go ahead and put your mounting plates on, because these are going to be really tough to get to once that's installed in the vehicle. So do the top first. This is going to be the hardest part, getting these washers on first. So I'm going to use needle nose pliers to kind of loop it onto the bolt. Holy shit, that actually worked. And I was holding the bolt so you can hold it over the thread and then go into the screwdriver, turn the bolt so it'll lock its way into the nut there. So far, I've not had to take the air conditioning vents out. Pretty happy about that. Because if you watch AZ Overland's video, there's a lot of little clips way down in here you got to get with the screwdriver. I don't know, I'm kind of clumsy with plastic. I'm afraid I'm going to snap something. And I know these aren't going to be cheap from Toyota if I have to buy new ones. And this is my wife's car, not mine, so I definitely don't want to break it. All right, guys, this side went on too smooth. So that's the secret. You got to take a Dremel and get in there on the driver's side and just grind some of that plastic out of the way. It'll save you a lot of time and effort, so you don't have to take these air conditioning vents out, and then just use needle nose pliers to get the washer and the nut started. And then from there, it's fairly simple. And there you have it. She's ready to go back on. All right, now the fun part. Now we get to put it back together. Let's see how easy this goes back into its spot here. Oh, that's actually really easy. That's super easy. Tighten the 10mm bolts and we're pretty much done. So I'm gonna use a speed wrench to put these 10mm bolts back in. That way. All right, next we're gonna put the control center back in. There's just one plug here. Let's see. All right, there you go. There's your installation for your Toyota 4Runner Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions Rubigrid phone mount system. Now let's go ahead and set up the accessories. So these install pretty easy. You just want to loosen them up pretty loose until it fits around this ball here. Sometimes that nut comes off. You want to get it just loose enough to where it kind of, there you go, just like that. Tighten it down just enough to kind of get an angle. And then the nice thing about this mount is you got two adjusting points. So you can go up and down here, you could lock it in, and then you also have this mounting point too. Now most of the kits are gonna come with your basic phone mount, and they're gonna come with an accessory mount. The most common use for this is GoPro. So your GoPro will fit perfectly in here. But you can use a lot of other attachments too. You can put a CB or a ham radio here. You can put an iPad. Or when we go on road trips, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take mine out of my truck and put it on this side so we can both have both of our phones up here. So this is a really cool mount. It's really sturdy. Your phones are not going to go anywhere when they're sitting in this. Another cool thing about this phone mount is if you're parked or camping, you can watch movies and it's a perfect holder for that. In my opinion, this is one of the most legit phone mount systems you can buy for the Toyota 4Runner. And because this mole panel here, there's a lot more stuff you can do with this. And a big shout out to Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions for sending me this matching kit for the 4Runner. I've been using the same phone mount on my Tacoma for over a year now, and I absolutely love it. These are the best phone mounts on the market, especially for off-road trucks. Guys, you gotta check these out. BulletpointMountingSolutions.com.